What is going on, everyone? With NFL free agency being 24 hours away, the Houston Texans decided to make some moves yesterday. Breaking news if you haven't heard. The Houston Texans have re-signed veteran defensive tackle Khalil Davis, veteran cornerback Desmond King, veteran safety Eric Murray, and cornerback slash special teamer Chris Boyd, all of these on 1 year deals that don't break the bank. I love this move for the Houston Texans. 3 out of these 4 guys played significant football to you at one point, have started a game this past season for the Houston Texans, and to see them get rewarded and now their role maybe isn't a starter but being the backup and on the depth chart, I absolutely love this. And it sends a message that if you do ball out here in Houston, you will get rewarded. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about these signings and what it could potentially mean for tomorrow. Welcome, everyone, to the 713 Houston Sportcast. I am your host, Ruben Calvillo. I drop daily Houston Texans content, so make sure you guys are following me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok for the latest news, rumors, and updates. And if you guys are new here to the channel, I'm trying to hit 20K subscribers by the end of the football year. And this episode was brought to you by my friends at Underdog Fantasy. Download the app, use my promo code 713HOU for a first-time bonus deposit up to $100. Now, the guy who broke all this news was Aaron Wilson, the legend himself, so make sure you guys give him a follow on Twitter. The Texans have re-signed veteran defensive tackle Khalil Davis. Davis was a restricted free agent who was signed to a 1-year contract instead of being tendered. Davis, 27, is a former Tampa Bay Buccaneers 6th-round pick who emerged as a valuable rotation piece for the AFC South champions. Davis played in 15 games with 1 start for the Texans last season and recorded a career-high 32 tackles with 2 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, and 6 quarterback hits. Davis also played for the Birmingham Stallions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Indianapolis Colts, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Los Angeles Rams. Last season, 2022, wasn't in the NFL, the USFL for the Birmingham Stallions. Their season ends and he immediately jumps onto the Houston Texans roster into training camp to start competing for a spot. And as the season went on, you were happy that Khalil Davis was on this team and would give really 1 to 2 good plays a game. I am glad to see him get rewarded. I was making the joke all year that Khalil Davis hasn't stopped playing football in a year and a half, and I'm happy to see that he was there the majority of the season. I mean, 15 games played. When we asked him to start, he did that. These are the type of players that you want to reward because there was no expectations for Khalil Davis. In year 2, I am expecting him to be a good rotational piece, a good depth chart piece that can come in and give our starting defensive tackles a rest, and he makes something happen. With that being said, guys, let me know what y'all think about Khalil Davis returning. The second signing was veteran cornerback Desmond King. The Texans are finalizing a 1-year, $1.8 million contract with veteran nickel and kick returner Desmond King with a maximum value of $2.2 million. King, 29, is a former Tennessee Titans All-Pro selection and a former Los Angeles Charger 5th-round draft pick from Iowa. Released during the final cuts, King rejoined the Texans after playing briefly for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was a key figure on the AFC South champions defense, especially late in the season, finishing with 47 tackles, 1 sack, 1 fumble recovery, 5 tackles for loss, and 2 quarterback hits. For his career, King, 29, has 473 tackles, 9 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles, 7 fumble recoveries, and 2 touchdowns with 2 punt returns, 4 scores. This is now Desmond King's 3rd year with the Houston Texans. And do not forget, he was cut in favor of Tavierre Thomas. A lot of us were very surprised that that happened. I mean, you cut a former All-Pro. With that being said, we were excited that Desmond King returned to the Houston Texans, and to see the type of impact he had, I am excited that you gave Desmond King a 1-year deal to return. Once again, you are rewarding him for coming back on the 53 and making an impact to where we were saying, why did we cut Desmond King in the first place? With that being said, man, this is a huge part of the Houston Texans secondary, a veteran, because you don't have any veterans right now besides him and Jimmy Ward. I mean, the other one is Derek Stingley, but is he a veteran yet? Not so sure about that. But Desmond King, welcome back to the Houston Texans. Hopefully, we see a great season coming from you. The third signing was veteran safety Eric Murray. This will now be his 5th season in Houston. I cannot believe I am saying that. Remember, he was the Bill O'Brien free agency edition, and to see him last this long, hey, shout out to you, Eric Murray. Is there a ring of honor in the future for Eric Murray? With that being said, the Texans have finalized a 1-year contract with veteran safety Eric Murray, according to league sources. Murray finished last season on injured reserve due to a damaged knee meniscus. He injured his knee against the New Orleans Saints, but is making a full recovery because the ligaments are intact. Murray started against the Saints as safety. Jimmy Ward lined up at nickel. Murray was retained last year under a restricted deal with a maximum value of $4 million. He played in 6 games with 4 starts, had 13 tackles, and 1 forced fumble. Murray played in every game in 2022 and recorded 27 tackles. A former Kansas City Chief third-round draft pick from Minnesota who has also played for the Cleveland Browns. Murray has played in 106 career games with 44 starts. He has 311 career tackles with 2 INTs and 2 forced fumbles. Eric Murray, hey man, you are getting it done. You are lasting in the NFL, and not many players can say that they're going to have a 9-year career. But I like this for the Houston Texans, another veteran in the secondary. And right now, safety is a need for the Houston Texans, because honestly, I don't know who is going to be starting back there. Is it going to be Jimmy Ward? You can't rely on him to stay healthy. Eric Murray only played in 6 games this year. Jalen Petrie had such a horrible year. He needs to compete with someone at that starting safety spot. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, these signings were key pieces. Like I mentioned in the intro, we also brought in cornerback Chris Board. That is just a special teams addition. I love that for our guy Frank Ross. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think about bringing back Khalil Davis, Desmond King, and Eric Murray. For more Houston Texans content, you guys feel free to follow me for more. Go H-Town. Have a very blessed day.